Thanks for joining us tonight. I know you got lots of choices and places to be, but this is the cool place to be because we got a nitro car behind us. Hey, I know this is going to sound like a big whining second grader, but we were wanting to make a video and tell you some of the challenges involved with doing this, as there is with any race car. We're not special, but we're going to talk about the challenges of running this car. I want to make a video about it, but the video is challenging to even try to make the stinking video. So we got a bunch of hours and try to figure this out. And we hope we keep getting better and better. So some of you guys know, some of you don't know, but we had a problem on the way home from Vegas, the Four Wides, a month ago, where we driven home and made it a long ways, but not far enough as we just got into I-5 and come over the hill from Susanville, familiar with that in California, that as soon as we got on I-5, this big kaboom and a tire explodes and comes off, but it wasn't just the tire, the brake drum was still attached. So we had some major challenges. Tried some options. I had to leave the trailer there and haul buns home the next day. So it's been there for months. We haven't had the car to service, get ready for this next weekend. We haven't had anything. Most of our beer was in there. I mean, it was a tragedy. We didn't have anything. So the plan that ultimately worked out was George and I jumped in my pickup 2 weeks ago maybe and hauled buns down there. And the truck shop where we left it had the axle out of the trailer, off trailer. Man, that sucker's heavy. And we threw it in the back of my pickup, hauled buns home. The next day I hauled it up to Portland. We're in Salem, so it's about 45 miles north of where we're at, and dropped it off for me to be fixed. And a little confusion on how long they said it was going to take. Bottom line, I picked up the axle repaired after we destroyed the spindle last Friday. This Tuesday, guys are running together. Holy crap! Last Friday, the next day was Keith's father's celebration of life deal up in Portland, which Robbie and I and Derek went to. Good time. Sidebar. I meant to text this to Keith all week and I never got that far. So Keith, I'm hoping you're watching this. I just want to tell you, your dad would be enormously proud. You guys did a great job. You and Kevin, your sister, how you all pulled this off. You guys did a great job. Your dad would be extremely proud of you. A lot of work getting all those cars and people there, but you guys did a great job. We love being there with you all, friends and family. It was a good time. But we wanted to be there. So the next day was no big deal. It's only freaking Mother's Day. No, we don't have Mother's, no problem. So I hauled buns out to my mom's house, drop off some flowers, come running back here, and Derbs and I then got the repaired axle on the back of the toter, head out of here, and we haul buns down to Weed, California. No, not Weed.
Mount Shasta.
Mount Shasta City, which is just south of Weed, right next to Mount Shasta, which is probably why they call it Mount Shasta, just a wild guess there. And to show you, this is what we dealt with. So we got a couple pictures for you here. So after I got the thing reeled in and stopped, this is what was left. It's one thing to lose a tire, but when the wheel and brake drum have also exited the vehicle, you got bigger problems than that. So that's what we saw. We'll give you a close-up picture here next. We'll show you. That's what the spindle looked like. So if you're not familiar, that's the inner bearing race, and it is welded to that spindle. There's the rear seal, which really doesn't matter much anymore. And notice only the inner race is left. Everything else is gone. The reason it came off was the nut that goes on the end of that, there's no cotter pin through it. It's just these metal flaps that fold over. And once it got about 9 billion degrees hot, that failed. And because of the rotation of the tire, it would spin the nut off. And that's why it all came apart. So grace God, we didn't kill anybody. We got to shut down the edge of the I-5, and that's what the tire looked like. So it followed us at a high rate of speed, and when it stopped, it flopped down into the gravel and caught on fire. Like, oh my God, I've never worn out fire extinguishers in a racing program for 25 years, but we're going to wear these out. Holy crap. But he got it out by throwing some gravel on it. But when we saw that brake drum, I don't know if you can see the cracks in the stinking brake drum. It's just gone. It's just junk. But it was hotter than young love. Holy crap, that thing was hot. So keep in mind, we've been out in the middle of abject nothingness for 2 days, coming from Vegas to Reno, Reno to Susanville, and then up over the hill. So if this would happen anywhere else, we would have been royally messed up. But by the grace of God, we got an I-5. Boom, blows up, come to stop. Dirk looks for truck repair shop. 3.8 miles away is, next screen, Skinner's Truck Repair. So we limped that trailer there at a very low rate of speed, but that's where they are. So note self, Cole Skinner and his father Mark own and operate that deal. And I'm telling you, these are good guys. They're straight shooters, they're honest, and they're not opportunistic, because they could have made things really difficult for me. So next pick. So we had to leave the trailer there. This is the trailer and truck together yesterday as we're ready to leave. We tried to do a video from there. Humble apologies if you got caught up in that mess. I tried twice now to do this video deal on cellular, and it just, well, in technical terms, let me talk super IT, but it sucks. You just can't get there from here. So we brought it home last night, got home late, and but I want to talk about Skinner's, because they just were good to us. So that's their truck repair. So if you're anywhere close to anywhere, Redding, Northern California, Southern Oregon, and your truck trailer messes up, call Cole or Mark at Skinner's Truck Repair. They're really good guys. They treat us really right. And that trailer was down there for a freaking month, and he was really nervous. And I said, yeah, at least it's not, with all due respect to the Southern California contingent, at least not down in Compton or Watts or something where it might get graffitied or stuff stolen. He goes, no, that wasn't my concern. I thought the truck driver was going to back into it. Oh, God, good times. Thankfully, everything was fine. So we left Northern California and brought her home last night. We got home late. And I can't tell you how happy I am to have my trailer and my hot rod back here. And so we parked it last night, and this afternoon, we just got the car out. Because the car is basically ready to go, except for you always have to service stuff. There's just stuff you got to do. So Derbs already has the car ready to go back together. Cylinder heads are there. They just need a little cleanup. So they're ready to go. We knew we were going to pull the heads anyway, either way, even though it wasn't hurting itself at Vegas, because.
Hi, Eugene Williams.
Really? Oh, there, yeah, those guys help us out a lot. They're awesome guys. Martin and Kelly, the Eugene and William is their middle names, and that's how they named the company name. They're really good guys. They've been awful good to us. We appreciate their help. Anyway, where's that at? Oh, motor. So the head gasket at Vegas at altitude is not what you're going to run at Woodburn, which is a sea level track, no matter what the conditions are. So I knew he was going to have to change the gasket. But Derb's got the rack out here, and I can tell you what we're looking for is the gull on the side of the piston is a problem. So this is what we have. You can get that, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. It doesn't look that well. But there are times where the piston and sleeve are unequivocally not salvageable at all. And when that happens, this is what your piston looks like. That's just off the crap bench next door. If it gets that bad, then it's going to take the sleeve out. So since we're this far, you guys seem to enjoy technical stuff, let's answer the question, why does it do that, or why does it not do that? Here's the quick answer. There's a little more to it, but it's all true. The sleeves are made out of ductile iron. The pistons are aluminum. So the rate of expansion, if we remember our 6th grade science class, is that the aluminum grows at a much greater rate of speed than the ductile iron. So you've got to have adequate clearance in there to allow that piston to swell as the sleeve catches up, and in that intermediate time that the piston doesn't go tight, use up all the room. So that's part of it. The other part, if you run it a little lean, you don't have enough fuel, it's going to get hot quicker. So you don't want to do that. So if you have lots of fuel in it and have your clearances set right, theoretically, you should be able to avoid that. So it seems to always want to do it a little bit, but that will have cleaned up in minutes. So we'll be on, and that's awesome. So real happy that the car's been super reliable. I'll run a BB home through the sleeves and just get the glaze off. We'll clean those up, put it right back together, and we'll be done. But I just wanted to share with you that we got this thing home finally after a stinking month. Oh my gosh, I just almost went into withdrawal because I'm not used to being that long, or my trailer, my tools, because every stinking thing I own is in this. Every time last month we needed a screwdriver, or zip tie, or duct tape that mattered. We didn't have it. It's on the dang trailer. Heck, even most of our beer inventory was elsewhere in the freaking trailer. Hey, those are good guys too. The Three Leopards guy is a Muay Thai fighter dude, and he's way shorter than I am, about half my weight, and he could kick my behind with both his hands tied behind his back. This guy is a whoop-ass guy, a really nice guy too. I spent a lot of time with him at Pomona and some time at Vegas as well. So we'll conclude this video. We'll have more content later as we get into the weekend and start running the car. But I just want to conclude with the idea of, as I said in the description, it's bloody, painful progress, but it is progress nonetheless. Because I'm just not smart enough to know when to quit. I keep going. This is a banner that I had made, and I put in my little white trailer when we started this with a fuel card 23 years ago. And it was right above the door in the white trailer. And now it hangs, I got two of them actually in the shop, right over the door as you exit. That's what it says, because it's true. You just got to keep going, whatever it takes. So if you're good at quitting, this isn't a sport for you, as there are with a lot of different things that take a lot of effort. But by God, this is one of them. Thank you guys so much for liking and following. We'd really appreciate your subscribing stuff. That helps us to get it out to more folks. I'd be really grateful. For now, thank you much. We're thrilled to be home and looking forward to Trevor being up here a little later this week and getting him in the car. We're planning on making a number of laps this weekend, so I'm really excited, looking forward to it. Any questions, concerns, good jokes, anything. I'm willing to listen about anything. Let me know. We'll try to answer any questions y'all might have. But for now, signing off. Thanks much. God bless you all.